Vernon and Bill have a tense showdown. Leslie has a bold proposition for Jacob and Kat. Eva finds strength from an unlikely source. Kat has a romantic surprise for Tomas. Jacob worries Smitty's investigation will hurt his father's reputation. Bill and Danny share a heart-to-heart. Danny is suspicious of Haley. Nicole confronts Andre. Martin sets a plan in motion to absolve his past. Eva, Eva tackles her first day working for Ted. Ashley and Andre discuss their options. Anita receives surprising news from her family. Leslie attempts to make amends with her daughter. Date night proves challenging for Chelsea, and Madison and Joy's offer amuses Bill. Those are the spoilers for Beyond the Gates, June 23rd through the 27th. And they also show the promo. In the promo, they show Ashley talking to Danny. Ashley says to Danny, "You think Haley is pretending to be in pain?" They show Haley holding her stomach. Danny says Haley faked the fetus to hold on to the man. Now it's hard to fake a swollen belly, so she's faking a miscarriage instead and trying to pin it on Danny. Martin walks in and says what the H word, sees Bill, Malone, Hawthorne, Vernon, Joey, and Ted. Martin tells Vernon now he's pulling him into it. Now you're pulling him into it? I said that wrong. Vernon says your father has known from the beginning. Martin tells Ted to tell him that's not true. Jacob, talking to Naomi, says, what if that's just the first layer? Naomi says, I thought Elon explained that away. Anita is talking to Vernon and says, is there something he's not telling me? I said that wrong too. Is there something you're not telling me about our kingdom? And then it go off. Okay, so the two things that I really want to talk about based on these spoilers is the Haley Danny situation, the possible miscarriage, and the Martin situation. Let me make sure. Yeah, I think those are the two things that I really wanted to talk about. Who we gonna start with first? I guess the whole Martin situation. I was not expecting so many people to be involved. I said, look at that office full of people. I said, look at all y'all schemers. But yeah, you got obviously Martin. You got, let me see. Let me make sure I name everybody now. Let me see, because this is just, look, everybody, especially, I think the thing that shocked me the most was Joey. It was Joey. What did they need him for? Is it because he into that type of stuff or what? That's what I was wondering. How did he get involved? But yeah, Martin walks in. He's like, what the H word? He see Bill, Malone, Hawthorne, Vernon, Joey, and Ted. He finds out this week that Ted has known all along. They said Vernon and Bill supposed to have a 10 showdown, y'all. But yeah, so that must have been who he was on the phone with saying that he's supposed to be keeping an eye on. I just accidentally deleted all my audio, y'all. What was I talking about? It had cut off and then I re-recorded it and I deleted it. What was I talking about? I think I was talking about the fact that I was shocked to see so many people have known about it, especially Joey. But then again, you know, he involved in that type of stuff either way it go. But next week, we find out that Ted has known too. And I was also talking about, I wonder if he told Nicole. But I feel like he didn't tell Nicole one of the many things that he has been lying about, but we'll see. The other thing is the Haley situation, because I've been saying, I was like, I don't think she's pregnant. I don't know, but it look like this week she has a miscarriage, or at least Danny's saying something about she's faking a miscarriage because it's harder to fake a swollen stomach, and she's blaming Danny. I said, Bill finna be mad in the mud. If she actually was pregnant and she miscarried because Danny over here can't stay away, I said, he finna be mad because he has been very protective over her. I said, ain't that something? Wouldn't that be something? He protecting the woman he was sleeping with, he know his wife with, and she lying and stuff, versus protecting your wife and staying faithful. Make it make sense. But yeah, I do like how he been defending his wife though. I said, right on. More people need to do that. But I said, okay, I wasn't expecting it to end this fast if it does end this week. Because first of all, she had just told the man she had took a pregnancy test. She wasn't pregnant. Now you telling me, oh yeah, you are pregnant. Then she don't sit up here talking about she convinced the dude to get her the doggone ultrasound. She showed Bill the ultrasound. What else? Am I skipping something? I know, based on the preview, Ashley is telling Danny, or they talking about Haley being in pain, and she thinks that she's faking and stuff like that. So that's when Danny says that Haley faked the fetus to hold on to the man. Now it's hard to fake a swollen belly, so she's faking a miscarriage and trying to pin it on her or whatever. I said, Danny should just stay away. Let Bill get played. If he gonna get played, let him get played at this point, because maybe he needs to see it to learn his lesson. Maybe that's what he needs to see. But yeah, I was like, look, I've been saying, like, when he got sick, I was like, did she do something to it? Because then, like, it was one episode where he was clearly having pain and stuff like that, and she was turned around, but she had her mirror. And I'm like, so you don't see him over here struggling through that mirror? But then again, like, I don't know. Then it's the fact that it was this other scene. It might have been the same episode. She came in, she knocked all his important documents on the floor and stuff like that. And I'm like, look, I'm skeptical. I'm like, Danny, I got my eyes on you, girl. Then the scene where they was at the little country club or club, I don't know what type of place it is. Y'all know what I'm talking about, where they always at. And She brings up money, brings up the trust fund, and he starts talking about it, saying he could have it transferred, the money transfer right now or whatever. He could get it started immediately. She told me, I don't want to talk about money right now. You brought it up. What you talking about? And then what else? It was something else. They was at the hospital. She was standing up there. Maybe I'm reading too much into this, but either way it goes. They were standing up there, and I think Tomas was in there. It had Tomas or Danny or somebody. I don't think it was Danny. I think it was Tomas. And she made this face. She had made this face, and I was like, yeah, she up to something. Then he don't sit his, I was about to say his stupid tail up here. He don't sit up here and got a $10 million life insurance policy. At first, I thought he was setting her up based on the preview. No, he getting set up. The next thing you know, next episode, she told me, yeah, the insurance dude called and said that you had took out a life insurance policy. You got something you want to tell me or whatever? I said, girl, please. You probably know more than what you know. That didn't make sense. You probably know more than you let know. Yeah, that's it right there. Now, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm going to come back and say, you know what, I was wrong. She was actually pregnant and she actually miscarried and stuff like this. But I just think Danny needs to stay away. And I said those was going to be the only two things we really talk about, because they the only two things that really seem interesting. But it's something in the spoilers that I don't know if they made an error or what. They say Madison and Joy's offer a Muses bill. So I'm like, okay, like, is they saying two separate offers? How does Madison and know Joy? How are they connected? And how, I about to say how they know Bill, but we know how they know Bill because Madison is his doctor. So I'm like, okay, is it two separate offers or are they connected? What? Look, I don't know if they made a mistake or what, but yeah, they said Madison and Joy's offer a Muses bill, and they kind of make it seem like they come up with an offer together. So I don't know what this is about. We probably just got to see the episode, huh? Well, I think I lied, y'all. It's some other stuff in here that's interesting too. Leslie's supposed to have a bold proposition for Jacob and Kat, and I was like, what that's supposed to mean? I was like, how you supposed to be over here trying to make deals and giving them ideas and stuff? I was like, when is she going to jail? When is she going to jail? They say Eva finds strength from an unlikely source. I'm wondering who that is. Kat plans a romantic surprise for Tomas, and I said, please don't let this girl fall for his crap. I said, I believe they gonna end up hooking up, and that's when he gonna realize he has feelings for what's her name, Eva. Jacob worries about Smitty's investigation tarnishing his father's reputation. Bill and Danny share heart to heart. See, they've been around each other enough now. But I think that's everything, y'all. Let me know your thoughts down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, deuces, have a good rest of the day and be safe.